Okay, I think we're recording now, Bakyuti. So, um, let's do this. There's our text. You can see it?
I do.
All right. So, um, actually, uh, before, so last time we talked about the we went right into the first section. Um, but have you actually looked up the title?
Yes, I did. So it's about whether his father or his son, actually. And,
Nicomachean, yeah.
and yeah,
I
there's
mean,
some. Yep.
does Terrence Irwin talk about it in his? I'm scrolling down to see if Irwin talks about it.
Yeah, he does. He just gives some preface about his, like, in general biography, his life, where he was born.
Hmm.
I guess.
What
I
about
don't
the
know.
what about the word ethics? Fuck you. Did you look that up?
Not actually. Let me do it right now. Etymology dictionary.
There you go. That's the stuff. Etymology. Good man.
Ethics. Okay, the science of morals. Ethic.
That's
Oh,
what no, that's not what the etymology says.
hold on. Ethic. All right. Hold on. Ethics, study of morals, was French, late Latin ethica. Moral philosophy pertaining to character. Moral character. Ethos.
Ethos.
Mean. Yo, ethos. What is the ethos? The genius of a people. Here it says spirit of a time and place. Oh, bravo. What? Manners. Okay.
Get to the Greek, man.
Yep, I'm going like from one to another. Ethos. Greek for ethos. Hold on. Where is it me leading to? Take the English word. Etrica.
That's okay. You didn't find what you're looking for?
I guess I'm not doing it correctly because I wrote down ethics. It gives me like middle English one, ethic. Then go to ethic, and it says Old French etiquette or ethique, and Greek ethique, philosophy of moral philosophy,
Mm.
ethical pertaining to character, from ethos, moral
That's
character.
okay. No, character. Let's just stay with that for a second. Like, not right now. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
But what do you like why one thing about Aristotle is that we don't we don't always know like if he wrote down lecture notes or if someone else was recording his lectures. We don't know. So it's
Mm.
interesting that it's called the Nicomachean ethic, you know. And to be honest, Irwin doesn't really explain it in his little preface. Anyway, let's pick up where we left off.
Yeah, it was the second part actually.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay, maybe Irwin in the introduction does some stuff. Uh, elsewhere. Oh, this is important. But you see this word extant with an
Uh-huh.
A? Do you know that means like works that we have? Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna dig into like scholarship and ancient scholarship, then extant means like so when Irwin says Aristotle's extant works, that means like actual texts that exist.
Like survive till our period, right?
Right, right, exactly. But then look what he says. Look what Irwin says. Many, I think it's Irwin. Many of his works, however, have been lost, and those that survive, those would be the extant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those that survive complete are quite different in what?
Character from many of the
Many of the lost works. Now, that's an interesting statement. How, if works are lost, how could we possibly know that the works that exist are different from the works that are lost? Like how?
Mm-hmm. It's lost, you cannot compare.
Yeah, you can't compare it. There's an entire school of Plato. It's called the Tübingen school, which is based on the idea that they reconstruct Plato's uh, it's literally called unwritten doctrine. And you think, okay, well that's fascinating. And Tübingen, it's a university in Germany. It's a great, wonderful university. I have nothing but respect for those scholars. However, I have a question. If you say you're gonna tell me Plato's unwritten doctrine, how do you do it? And what they do is they use Plato's extant writing, his dialogues, which we have, to then decipher what was unwritten. And you think, well, maybe there's a problem here.
Right. Would he actually write it?
Well, just, if it's unwritten, it's unwritten. Halas, leave it alone. Like,
Yeah.
what? Why? And also, if he wrote something else, if his writings are his writings and his unwritten doctrine is his unwritten doctrine, I don't know, spoken word teachings, whatever, what makes you think that you can somehow figure out from his writings what his unwritten teaching is? How? How? Why does that make sense? But that's what they do. They study his actual writings, his extant writing, and then say, based on his extant work, here's what is unwritten doctrine. And and for me, I'm like, well, yeah, there's no way to know that. Just common sense. It's cool. It's great scholarship, but you know, there's you can never prove it.
Right.
See what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so let's just go on a little bit. So the Aristotelian corpus. Corpus means like work, like body of work. Corpus.
Mm-hmm.
It's Latin for body. That's what the word means.
Okay.
Um, so in this context, it means the Aristotelian corpus. In other words, the Aristotelian body of work. In other words, his extant writings, his extant works, as we have it, largely consist of works that appear to be closely related to Aristotle's lectures. That's, I think this is accurate. Sometimes he seems to refer to visual aids of the sort that might be present in a classroom. Sometimes the grammatically incomplete sentences and compressed allusions suggest notes that a lecturer might expand. So you see, Bakyuti, with Aristotle, it's not like Plato.
Mm.
Like with Plato, it with his extant dialogue. These with Plato, it's like these are written products. They're like he wrote these things. Plato.
Okay.
But with Aristotle, it's like these might have just been lectures that he gave.
Just someone else wrote it, right? Just like
Maybe
scholar.
someone else recorded it. Maybe it's his own lecture notes. We don't know. We really don't know. And why should we? I mean, it's 2,000 years ago,
Yeah.
you know. However, you think I'm talking nonsense? You think I'm bringing shit out of context?
No, no. It's for sure has some
look at here. Virtue of character.
character. Okay. Virtue of ethic, so to speak. If you're
Yeah.
choosing.
This is Irwin, I think. Wait, let me scroll down to the bottom of the intro. There's a reason I did this with you. I wanted to get into Aristotle first, but I want to go back to the introduction now. Is it Irwin? Look, see, we ignored this. You see that word? Book
The
one. What word? We ignored a word. It's right there in front of us.
ethics, the ethics you mean?
No,
Like every craft and every line of inquiry, like I said,
no,
ends and goods, happiness,
no. Happiness.
happiness.
What?
Okay,
What is that?
no idea. My name at least.
Is that what your name means?
Yeah, in Kyrgyz.
Really?
Yes, literally, if you translate, means happiness.
But Bakyut means happiness?
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
I know, right?
All right, I'm scrolling back up. Just now. Look. Read, see section 6, virtue of character.
Yeah.
Read the first sentence.
So, if a virtuous activity controls happiness, we need to know what the relevant virtues are to secure happiness.
Now, okay, so I think it's so fun. I didn't know that your name meant happiness. Why happiness? What do you think?
I don't know. Maybe just he thinks that it's the goal for like for
Hmm.
the of life, to become happy. It's maybe
Yeah,
it's maybe if you go back to the previous like class, like what's the sake of like maybe exercising or just drinking or anything? It's just to like eventually it goes and comes to happiness.
yeah. So do you think that, I mean, look, it's right there. I don't really know why. You see on the screen now. I actually, I don't know. I'd have to see uh, the Greek version, I guess, one of them, but I don't know if that's Irwin just sticking happiness in there or if it's actually in there.
I do see happiness.
Yeah, we see it in the book, right? But last time when we did section 1 here, we completely ignored the word happiness, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. And it turns out to be the meaning of your name.
Yep.
All right, so you have your online online etymology?
Yeah. You want me to search it out? The word happiness?
Yeah, look it up. Let's see what happens.
Happiness. The word good fortune, meaning pleasant and contented mental state. Okay, let's go with happy actually. Or do you want me to stick with the happy? Let's
Oh
go with
yeah.
happy.
No, just let it lead you through the rabbit hole.
All right. Lucky favorite by fortune, being in advantageous circumstance prosperous. Okay, happy. Turning out well, happy plus chance plus wise, and so glad. In Old English, blithe survives. Old blithe, blithe. Greek to Irish.
Hmm.
Majority. Okay, let's go with Greeks. Blithe. What is the blithe? No, it goes to bliss. No, let's go back. Happy medium, happy for
Well,
meaning.
okay. So what have you got? You don't have to do a whole etymological study.
Here is like an exception in is Welsh, where the word used first meant wise. They
Oh,
go
did
mean.
it?
Yeah, in I don't know Welsh, what language is that? But
Welsh. Well, Welsh is Welsh. It's a
uh,
language. People still speak it. It's Welsh.
whale out
They
okay.
speak it in Wales. It's Welsh.
Welsh. So it means wise.
Isn't that interesting?
I know, right? How it can be connected, like happy and wise and lucky. I
Yeah.
see. I feel something.
All right. So now think about it. What you said your name, Bakyuti, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Means happy.
Happiness, exactly. Like not happy, but happiness itself, like a noun.
Okay, but the word, like, is it also a word or is it just a name?
It's actually a word, but people give like as a name as well.
Okay, but when you use the word, how do you use it? Give me an example.
For example, if you say I am happy,
Hmm.
it's like men, it means I, and baktilu. It's like the structure changes, you change the suffixes, but it's the same thing. Or you can say, I found happiness. I would say, men, it's me. Bakit, taptım. Bakit, it's like, so the happiness. And taptım is the found.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just emphasizing the Q sound. So Bakut, not Bakut.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, so Bakut, and
Yeah.
then does that then mean like how would you translate it? Think about it for a second.
Okay.
Bakut, right?
Yeah. Mm,
Happiness means what exactly? Is it an emotion? Is it,
yeah.
you saw in the etymology the idea that might mean wisdom? Is it satisfaction? Is it a feeling? What is it?
I think it's like a meant from even it's like a state, not only like something frivolous, is like temporary, but something like that is permanent. You know, you feel it from the you feel it every single day. Like Something like a state, not like just a feeling, mental state, probably.
It's a mental state or it's a feeling?
It's a mental state, I think. But who knows?
Well, no, don't say who knows. Don't give up.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking, like,
Because Aristotle clearly wants us to figure it out.
yeah, because
So we
people,
have to figure it out. And do you remember the hierarchy?
I do.
All right. So what's happiness on the hierarchy?
It's something, it's the high part, the imagination part, right?
It's imagination.
Not actually. Hold on, close your eyes. The first thing is physical, like the senses. It's about the senses,
Happiness is sensation.
right?
That's what you're saying.
Probably.
So like what? Sex or good food or that's happiness?
Not actually. I think it's joy.
Okay, what's joy? Dude, you're just using a different word.
uh, so that would probably be like, mm, interesting. We'll
Do
just,
you how about this? Let's try this, right?
uh-huh.
Do you have a what's your happiest or most joyful memory?
All right. That was when I actually got the golden certificate. Like I scored the top part, and when I found out that I'm the top 50 students around the country,
Hmm.
like, and that I'm gonna study for free in university here,
Okay,
EC.
was that in high school?
Yeah, when I just like when I finished the high school, I came back from the US and I took the test. So just then,
So after you took the test,
yes, I took a test and I scored like top 50 around the country, and I
hmm,
met the president. So that was the happy moment. Pretty happy.
so how old were you?
Hold 17.
You were 17.
Yeah.
So you went to the United States.
Yep. I just came back. Yep.
Where did you go again? I forget.
Michigan.
Right, of
Yeah.
course. Um, all right, so you went to Michigan. How long were you there?
For a year.
Uh-huh. Did you like it?
Pretty fine. Kind of cold,
Kind of
but
cold, isn't it?
cold. And the COVID time. It was of the COVID time. Like in April, the COVID began, and it just killed everything.
Oh, really? Did I have you a student after? I had you first time as a student after the COVID?
Yeah. Yep. I came back. I joined your class when I was the second year of university.
So it was like 2021, I guess.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay, I got it. So you went to Michigan, you came back, you took a test, and you felt the most
That,
joy and happiness because you scored high on that exam. That that's what you're
yeah.
saying.
Yes. And that moment was super happy
You okay, now you
for
call it
me.
happy. Now why?
But uh huh. Why? Because somehow I achieved a goal. Actually, I set a goal and achieved it.
All right, read the first sentence.
And yep, every craft and every line of inquiry, like this action and decision seems to sound good. Yep, exactly.
All right.
People are right to describe the goodness that everything seeks.
So now here's an important thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Aristotle actually ever answers this, but we can test it, right?
Okay.
are you saying that the happiness that you felt, please listen to me carefully. Are you saying
Yep.
that the happiness you felt is because you achieved a goal?
Hmm.
It's not a trick question. Just
I,
answer
I,
it.
yep, I am
Just
saying,
answer it honestly, because
yeah,
that's what Aristotle wants us to do. He wants us to be honest.
right. Just, yeah, I achieved the goal. I kind of got some happiness.
Okay. So, still though, is it a feeling? Happiness? Is it a feeling?
I think it is then,
All right.
because yeah, it was somehow, like, yep, not permanent but temporary.
All right. Well, we have to think about that. If happiness is a feeling, then I think Aristotle is challenging us.
Hmm.
Because look now at the first sentence, not of section one. No, you see that little symbol? So there's book one, happiness, right?
Hmm.
And then I guess let's call it chapter. Okay. One.
Okay.
Just just for the sake of reference. If we were doing with the Greek, we'd be dealing with different things. Um, but you see how you see that symbol right there, every craft, right in front of every craft. You see that symbol?
The paragraph one or the like a star?
Like you see, like right in front of every craft and every line of inquiry, you see right before that, there's a weird symbol and then the number one.
Ah, 194A? Ah, 1000.
No, no, on the left, on the left.
The left. Yeah, like a double S, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
All that means is section.
Okay.
And then just look down into that paragraph and you see section two. See it?
Two.
SS2?
It says two, yeah, but the ends, right?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
section three. So
Mm-hmm.
this is chapter one, section three. You got it?
Okay. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. That's how we'll refer to it.
All
Now,
right.
now listen to what you said. You said happiness might be a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, or you're sure.
I think it's more likely maybe. I started to challenge it.
Okay. All right. So now read section three.
Okay. Since there are many actions, crafts, and sciences, the ends turn out to be many as well. For health is the end of medicine, a boat of boat building, victory of generalship, and wealth of household management.
By the way, household management, that's where we get the word economic.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yes, we did that in the school.
Okay, good. Keep going.
Oh, but some of these pursuits are subordinate to some one capacity. For instance, bridle making and every other science producing equipment for horses are subordinate to horsemanship, while his and every action in warfare are in turn subordinate to generalship. And in the same way, other pursuits are subordinate to further ones.
All right,
Uh,
so do you have any questions about that, or you feel comfortable that you understand what he's saying?
I think what he's actually saying is that it's just a different, like the goals and the way where you like get by that goals, and where you achieve is different. Actually, it's not the same one for everybody. It's not universal, right?
Why? Wait, what? Why are you saying that? I don't see anything like that in what you're saying at all.
No.
No.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
I thought.
Why are you introducing different people with different goals?
Ah, I thought it's like for the. I thought like the main goal for a horseman maker is like to make super good horse stuff,
Yeah.
and like for the maybe I don't know, the medical guy is just to treat more people or just be really good at it.
Yeah, okay. So like let's say you're shot. You got shot in the chest by a bullet, right?
Okay,
The doctor's gonna try to take care of it.
all right.
And let's say on the other hand, completely different scenario. You just want to make a good saddle for a horse. What do you
Okay.
why are you talking about people and their opinion? You it sounds like you want to go and allow you seem to okay, what you seem to be doing is trying to say like, oh, Aristotle is saying that different people have different opinions. That's
Uh,
that's where you want to go.
not opinions, but like yeah, the goals actually. I mean, where the state where they want to achieve maybe.
What word keeps coming up in what Aristotle says? I'm not saying Aristotle is right, right?
Uh-huh.
That's not our job. Our job is to understand what Aristotle is saying, right? Put on the
Right.
sunglasses. I'm not saying that he's right, but let's look. Go back,
Uh-huh.
right? Section 3. Since there are many actions, crafts, and sciences, the ends turn out to be many as well. Okay, that makes sense. Not because people have different opinions,
Uh-huh.
but because there are different goals. You know, if you want to make a pot, make a, you know, make pottery.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make a saddle, make a saddle. If you want to make a house, make a house. It's simple as that, all right?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with opinion or
Uh,
people's perspective. And it said, for health is the end of medicine. Okay, yeah. So if you get shot by a bullet, and I'm a medical doctor, I'm like, I gotta get this dude healthy. He's been shot in the chest with a bullet. You know, he's fucked. I,
yeah.
stop the bleeding, get the bullet out, anesthetize it, whatever. A boat of a boat, a building, right?
Yeah.
So imagine, have you ever been on a boat?
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a sinking boat?
No.
It sucks. It's
Definitely.
like, wait a second, there are a lot of holes, and the boat's sinking, and wait, we're in the middle of the water. Now we're sinking. We're gonna drown. It's not good. So a boat builder builds a boat to keep it from sinking, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a lot that actually goes in to you don't just build a boat, but you build a boat that won't sink. It's you know. And then victory for generalship. Have you ever been in a war, Bakyuti?
No.
Good. I hope not, and I hope you never will, because it's who wants that?
Right.
You know, there's a quote from a movie. The movie's called Patton. I think it's an '80s movie with George C. Scott plays. General Patton. General Patton was a famous um, American general,
Okay.
and it takes place during World War II. But General Patton was a controversial figure, and he had political problems, right? So there's this awesome line in the movie Patton where George C. Scott playing Patton shouts because it's during World War II, right?
Uh-huh.
And he shouts, "There's an entire world at war, and I'm not part of it." And he's totally upset and indignant because he's like, this is what he's made for, is to fight wars, you know?
Mm.
He's like, there's an entire world at war and I'm not part of it. He's pissed off. Funny. Um, and then wealth of household management. Okay. Economics. And then look, section 4. Why? Oh, cute. Why?
Uh, what? Why?
Whoa. What? Why section 3 to section 4? I mean, did anything significant happen in section 3?
Not actually, I guess, but the main idea maybe is given, like the point.
What idea is that?
I think it's more something like what I'm like thinking of right now is something like, so the end point of something, like maybe for the like of the economy, household management is the end is the wealth,
All
you
right,
know.
so if we were going to use Aristotle's four causes,
Uh-huh.
which one?
Uh, it's the last, no, not so one like the material, formal, the design, the was the efficient one, the one that is the end, right? Tell us is the why,
Tell us
the
the final cause. Yeah.
yes,
So
the end.
you're saying that what Aristotle's doing here is he's identifying final causes for why we do things.
Yes,
Okay, remember how we were talking about music last time?
yes, the music
And
for the sake.
yeah, we
And
were
then,
talking about like the difference between like a recording, like let's say there's a cool band and they record an album.
yep, they do it separately. And
Yeah, I mean sometimes. I mean I don't, you know.
yeah, yeah, the fact that they recorded is different, makes it.
I mean I think the big difference, the one that we can definitely identify is that if if you're an orchestra recording Beethoven, then you're an orchestra recording Beethoven. But
Mm.
if you're a band like I don't know, Kino, Metallica, whatever, and you're playing live, you're kind of trying to make yourself sound like the original no use the word original recording.
Mm.
But there is no original Beethoven recording. There never
Right.
has been and there never will be.
Yep.
There's just better performances of Beethoven, right?
Yep. There's nothing to compare with, to be honest. Like,
Right. So like when you see a like I've gone to many concerts, great concerts, you know, Tool, Faith No More, Pink Floyd, whatever.
uh-huh.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
but what's happening in everyone's brain is they're comparing, like if they're at the concert, they're wondering, yeah, but does it sound as good as the album?
Oh yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's what
But
I
but you
also.
can't do that with Beethoven.
Right.
You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So last time we spoke about that with regard to music, we talked about the difference between the uh, what did we say? The process?
You mean the music of the or
Yeah, like remember we were like look here. Let's go here to section 5.
yeah. Here it doesn't matter whether the ends of the actions or activities themselves or something apart from them is the scientific definition. Oh, like is it about the product or is it about like the process, right?
Right,
Result or the process itself.
right. So now here I have a question for you,
Yeah.
and I mean this sincerely. It's not rhetorical. I don't have an answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But compare. All right, let's say you're, I don't know, a violin player.
In a movie or something like that?
Well, let's say you're
Ah,
just,
violin. I heard like yeah, William. So yeah.
yeah, violin
Okay.
or cello.
All right.
Let's say you're a musician in
Okay.
an orchestra, and your job for today is play Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Dun 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 dun. You
All
know
right.
it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Uh-huh.
And your job is just to play it. And so now, according to Aristotle, what's he saying about you and why you're doing it?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the question is like, why am I doing that?
Yeah, why are you playing that cello?
Just to play the cello, probably, or the violin, doesn't matter, or just
Sentence. All right.
produce music, maybe.
Sentence. All right, go back to sentence 1.
Yep. Every craft and every line of inquiry, and likewise every action and decision, seems to seek some good. Yeah. That's why some people were right to describe the good as what everything seeks.
Yeah,
So
but okay. So you're the cello or the violin player, or I don't know what instrument you want to play.
let's go with violin. So
Okay. So why are you playing the violin? You're
for
play so you're in an orchestra playing the violin and you're playing Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Dun 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 dun. You know it. We all know it. Why are you doing it?
I don't know. Maybe if the first thing that comes,
What does Aristotle say?
what would you say? To get to another good, or maybe to like to seek some good, or
What good? What does that mean?
some another point, or like what I'll say.
Something other than it is?
Yes, like maybe.
Okay, now let me switch the question around.
Uh-huh.
You're not a violin player. You've never played the violin. Do you even play the violin?
No.
Of course you don't. Okay, me neither. Do you like music?
I do. I think I do.
You're nervous now.
Yeah, I was like, do I really like it?
Of course you do. Of course you like music. I like music too.
I
But
love.
but now look at the first sentence, right?
Uh-huh.
And now every craft and every line of inquiry. All right. And likewise every action. Okay, now you're getting personal. Now he's up in my grill, right? And
Uh-huh.
every action and decision, that's that's kind of fucked up. Like he's getting really into my grill now. Like I can't even think, you know? He's
Uh-huh.
he now ask yourself when you now we talk, you and me, Bakyuti, about playing music,
Uh-huh.
recording it, playing it live, da 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 da, the process, the product. So when you listen to music, what are you doing?
Hmm.
Because every craft and every line of inquiry, and likewise every action
Indecision.
and decision, are you what good are you seeking when you listen to a song? When you click on the song that you want to listen to,
Mm-hmm.
are you seeking a good? Is Aristotle right? Is he fucking with you?
The second option is more likely. But I think maybe like unconsciously or somehow I'm looking for again joy or happiness or maybe it can be different. Meaning
Okay. Actually
really
Plato, who's according to historical records, was Aristotle's teacher.
right.
In the Republic, wrote about what happens with music. It moves the soul, such. So, let me ask you this question,
Mm,
just to get it, just to get you feeling it. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, when you're sad, do you listen to a happy song or a sad song?
More likely to sad
Why?
because I'm feeling sad. Maybe some
Yeah. And what does a sad song do for you?
it kind of shares my sadness, and it
I
just describes it or
I now you see, my friend, we're
uh,
starting to touch on what happiness might be.
no.
When you're angry, what do you listen to?
Do I really listen? but but when I'm angry, maybe to calm me down, or but actually something hard. Or
Right. And when you're feeling good and sexy and all kinds of great, what do you listen to? Something great and all kinds of sexy, right?
yes, the same way.
All right, now, you ready?
Yeah.
Social media.
Okay.
When you get on it,
What
are
do I
you
do?
now what you just said, you talked about sad, angry, and sexy happy.
Uh huh.
Three different emotions.
Right.
And you said that ooh, if you're gonna listen to music, you want reaffirming music. Like music that reaffirms that feeling. So if you're sad, you want to hear a sad song. If
Yeah.
you're angry, you want to hear an angry song. If you're feeling all celebration-y, you want to hear a celebration song. Yeah?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Social media. Do I have to do the dots for you or can you do it?
So social media. What I do with social media when I maybe want some connection with someone or communicate what I'm like liking of attention or like getting it. I'll
Yeah,
try to
but what is the biggest criticism of what happens with social media? It's
just yeah, it's just waiting for something. It's like expecting, just not expecting, but like um, um what's the word? Thing my Italian is kind of aspettare, aspetta. Like
yeah, I understand.
so.
But what about
Look,
what about the reaffirmation? Like the affirmation, like the kind of idea that I'm in my bubble and everything I think is reaffirmed by everything I already thought.
uh, how would you? Can you say that again? I'm in a bubble.
All right, so now you know me.
Uh huh.
I'm your old professor friend.
Yeah.
But now let's say music, instead of music, let's turn it into people.
Okay.
Let's say you're feeling good, celebrating. Is there someone maybe you contact? And let's say you're feeling sad. Is there someone else maybe you contact?
Yeah.
So, and then let's say you're feeling however you're feeling. I don't know. It's ambiguous, right? Feelings are difficult to pin down sometimes.
Yes.
But you'll go online and you look up something that
Mm.
will what? Reaffirm. Do you understand this word? Reaffirm?
If you kind of project or like get you, reaffirm, or maybe like even create that feeling. Reaffirm.
Well, let's say, um, all right, let's say you're looking in a mirror
Okay.
and you want to look good. And you look in the mirror and the mirror reflects back on you and it looks good. And you like the way you look. That's
So I.
that's like reaffirmation.
Uh huh. Okay.
Or let's say you when you're feeling sad or when you're feeling happy or when you're feeling angry. Let's say you're feeling angry.
Okay.
Let's go with anger. It's a fun
Right.
one, right? So
Yeah.
let's say you're feeling angry. Is there someone you think of like, I know that this person will understand my anger?
Yeah.
And so you send a text and say, listen how angry I am. And you're like, yeah, I'm angry too. And da, da, da. You get to be angry together. Does that happen?
Yes. That's
Is that different from a mirror?
not really. Not really. Uh,
Reaffirmation.
Doing it again, and
No, like showing yourself to yourself and telling yourself it's good to be yourself.
mm-hmm.
Affirmation. Sorry, am I not making sense? I can try to explain it
I think I'm scratching the surface. What?
differently.
I hope.
No, no, but you think too deeply. You're digging too hard. It's actually very simple.
Okay.
You've already got it. When are you the happiest? Don't, I mean, if you say sex, then okay, we'll just put that aside.
Not really, actually. I mean, yeah, but like when exactly? Maybe when I'm, to be honest, being super productive, or like maybe like hoping to manage everything, and this that state when I can kind of control everything of my life.
All right, so do you remember what you said was that the happiest moment was when you achieved this
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
So how can Aristotle help you understand that happiness? Because he's gonna tear it apart. Not in a bad way. He's just gonna help you understand it. He's not gonna like tell you you're a bad person. He's just
Mhm.
he's gonna analyze what it means to be happy. And that's all we've talked about for the past hour. So when do you still think happiness is a feeling?
I don't think so.
Or are you just saying that to make me happy?
Uh,
It's a
was
trick question.
yeah. It's just it's like if you make a graph, it was just there was a straight line and suddenly it just raised up and it went back to normal. And
All right, you ready for section two?
yeah,
Here we go.
the highest good in political science. Huh. Okay, so what is that happiness? That high,
Good. There you are. You don't know what happiness
right?
is. Is it a feeling? Is it a thought? Is it a thing? What the fuck is happiness, right?
Yeah, yes. Like explain, like
Yeah, good. No, leave it as an open question. You don't know.
uh-huh,
I don't know either. We don't know. Aristotle doesn't know.
uh-huh.
So now, what does he say? Section two, or chapter two, section one.
Section one. So suppose then that the things achievable by action have some end that we wish for because of itself, and because of which we wish for the other things, and that we do not choose everything because of something else. For if we do, it will go on without limit, so that desire will prove to be empty and futile. Futile. Wow.
See, now, if I assign, now be honest, right?
Yeah.
If I assign this to you, if I said, you know, read it and then come back to class, you would have read it and you would have no idea what the fuck is happening, right?
Yeah. Like this, even the sentence structure is so hard.
Right? This is why we're pretty sure that Aristotle was not writing. He was like, it's not like Plato. Plato is grammatically very careful.
Mm-hmm.
Aristotle is like, wait, this is very sloppy.
Right.
However, he's not saying nothing. So what is he saying? And let's look. Look. See, now, section one. It's right there, man. That's it. That's all
Uh-huh.
you get. Section one.
Clearly, this end will be the good, and that is to say, best good.
See, remember I told you last time we spoke that Aristotle does this with the most and the best and like
Yes, like the
it's a
scale.
It's always a spectrum with Aristotle. It's never the absolute.
Uh-huh.
And we always have to watch. And yeah, the Greek is Melissa.
Yep. Most of all, right?
Yeah, most of all. And that's important because it's not, when I was teaching you guys about the hierarchy,
Yeah.
what I tried, probably unsuccessfully, was to show you that there's a problem with the hierarchy. Like, you have to understand it first, but then once you understand it, what then you have to understand is that it's a fluctuation of up and down, constant, constant up and down. So the hierarchy is good to know. That establishes your framework. But then, with intellect on top, imagination in the middle, sensation on the bottom. That's it. That's all it is,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yep.
Um, and you can create an entire political system mm, based on that, because that's what they did. But there's constant up and down movement between all three, and it never stops. And it's that never stops that gets people frustrated. So, what you have to realize is that this is Aristotle negotiating the never stops of the hierarchy.
Uh-huh.
So just slow down. You just read section chapter 2, section 1. You just read it, right? Did you
Yeah.
understand a word of it?
Not that much, to be honest.
Yeah. So let's go slow, right?
Yes.
Let's slow down that fluctuation. But remember the hierarchy.
Uh-huh.
All right.
So
So let's go back,
let's
right?
read it again.
Yeah. Let's read it again. We don't have to get to the end of the text. There's no goal. Like, there's no agenda. Just slow down, take it easy, understand what's in front of us.
Right.
Because it could be awesome. It could be fucking awesome.
Yep.
Let's decide together if it's awesome or not.
I think it's awesome.
Maybe, or maybe it's shit. We don't know. But we have to read it slowly. So,
Right.
suppose then,
Suppose then that the things achievable by action have some end that we wish for because of itself.
all right, stop. Let's stop there.
Uh-huh. Then that things achievable by action have some end that we wish for because of itself. All right.
All right, what does that mean? Let's think of an example of what.
Maybe like there is an action have some end that we wish for because of itself, like swimming for the swimmings itself, something like that.
Oh, like we were talking about before.
Was that?
All right. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's take swimming then. All right. So,
And because should I continue?
yeah,
So
go ahead. Yeah.
and because of which we wish for the other things.
Now, why? Why would you say that? What other thing?
Yeah,
No, really. It's not a rhetorical question.
right.
I'm not asking the question because I know the answer.
Uh,
I'm sincerely asking the question, what other thing?
yeah, it's like, what is that?
Yeah, what?
And to that, what we do not choose everything because of something else, or if we do, it will go on without limit. What? because we wish for the other things.
Remember in class, I used to use the example of the marker.
The
Oh
the
no, you don't because you didn't. Did you ever have me actually in the classroom?
yes, in the history and philosophy class.
All right, did we talk about the marker, like the whiteboard marker?
No.
All right. So, uh, what what I would try to do, maybe I failed. Um, but what I would try to do is I would try to use the whiteboard marker as an example of what Aristotle's kind of trying to talk about. Because how do you judge? Remember, this is a text on ethics, right?
Yeah.
So what's happening? Why is he talking about this? What's going on?
Yes.
The highest good in political science, and then he starts saying this. It makes no sense, right?
Yes.
You're not wrong to be confused. But actually, if you just slow down, it's okay. Just go slow, man. Go slow. So think of the marker, right? Think about it. I can actually judge a marker, a whiteboard marker. Like I can judge if it's a good marker or a bad marker. How?
By using it, or writing with it.
Right. And if it's a bad marker, it doesn't work well, right? Like it doesn't give the ink.
Mm-hmm.
If it's good, it gives the ink, right?
Yes.
Okay. Think of the marker. Now read section one.
Suppose then that the things achievable by action have some end.
Like a marker.
Yes, like a marker that we wish for because of itself.
Not like a marker.
Yes, not like a marker. And because of which we wish for the other things.
The other thing. So I don't wish for the marker, I wish for the ink on the whiteboard.
Yeah, and that what we do not choose everything because of something else or
Now, so see what he's doing here, or whoever's writing this, right?
yeah.
There are some things like a marker. I don't give a shit about the marker itself.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? But I care about how it performs. If it's a good marker, note the use of the word good. And look at the first sentence.
Every good, every craft, and every line of inquiry, and likewise every action and decision seems to seek some good.
Now, how do I decide if I have a good marker? A good marker, a whiteboard marker, or a bad whiteboard marker. All right.
Yeah.
It's supposed to perform its function.
Yes.
Now, suppose then that the thing achievable by action, that's that's already weird. Okay.
Yes.
The things achievable by action.
But doing it, like performing, or just.
So, okay. So let's say, remember we were talking about the painters last time? Like they love the process, this. that hippy dippy stuff like, oh, it's the process, it's not the product.
Uh-huh.
I have several questions about that, but I can leave it. That the things achievable by action have some end that we wish for because of itself. So let's say I paint because I just want to paint.
Mm-hmm.
That's my good. Painting itself. Or music itself.
Okay.
So suppose that the things achievable by action have some end, some goal that we wish for because of itself, because of the action itself. Does that make more sense? So the action is the goal.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
And because of which, because of the fact that we want the action to be the goal,
Uh-huh.
we wish for the other things. Now he switched it up. Like, wait, if I want my pottery, like I'm making a thing of clay on the spinning wheel.
Uh-huh.
But now all of a sudden the product is the purpose. See how quickly he did that?
Yeah.
The things achievable by action have some end that we wish for because of itself. So maybe that's not what he meant at all. Maybe he didn't mean the action at all. Maybe he meant we do something for something else.
Oh.
You read it. You tell me. Read it again.
Yep. Suppose then that the things achievable by action, okay, marker, have some end that we wish for because of itself.
They see now. Now we understand. Now he's saying, no, fuck the music, fuck fuck the process. It's the product.
Yeah.
Now read the rest of them.
And because of which we
Because of which product, right?
uh-huh, because of which product we wish for other things. Like using the product again and using that product, something
We
like that.
wish for the product.
Yes.
That's the other thing, is the product. Not the action, the product. That's
Uh-huh.
the other thing, is the product.
Yes.
Keep
Okay.
going.
And that we do not choose everything because of something else. What? Just
Yeah.
not choose everything because of something else. What is he saying that? Well, what is he saying?
Good. Good. See what you just did there, man? Hey, see what you just did there?
What was that?
No, you see what you just did there. You caught it. That's weird. He made Aristotle just did a twist, and you're like, wait, what?
What are your
And you have to have confidence in that question because your question is right. Your question is right. Ask it again. Formulate your question.
all right? What are you trying to say, or what is your point?
No, I mean, put the quote and then say what the question
Oh, hold on. What do you mean, like what I said before?
is.
Um, let me read it again so I
No, don't repeat what you said. Like, yeah, reread it, but
Yep.
then reformulate your question.
Okay. Let me start from the beginning. Suppose then that the things achievable by action have some end that we wish for because of itself.
Okay, now stop, and you can explain that, right?
Right, like wish for, yeah, okay. What if he's just saying like if we have some stuff that we do just for itself, right? Some wait, oh,
No,
like wait, hold on. That the things achievable actually have some end that we wish for because of itself. Like he's saying, so if there are some actions that we want, and there is the product that we want to achieve, right? Like
product. Yeah, the product.
the product that we want to achieve, and because of which product,
Product. Yeah.
because of that product, we wish for the other things, and because of the other thing is the product itself, right? Like so, because
Yeah.
of the
So we
product,
wish for, by other things, I think, maybe. It's just another way of saying the product. And other has to do with like other than the action. In other words, so like if I'm making, uh, if I'm doing pottery, my goal is to make, a pot
right?
out of clay. That's the other thing.
Oh, okay.
But then he does this. And this is where your question comes.
And that we do not choose everything because of something else, or if we do, like what is his? Hold on. What's question? We do not choose everything. What is he saying by everything? What does he mean by everything?
Good.
And,
Yeah,
uh,
good.
we do not choose everything because of something else. Hold on.
Well, it's not. It it sounds strange when you read it to yourself, right?
Uh-huh.
But think about what you've said more than once about like the painter who paints the paint. Do they do that for the product or do they do it to paint?
To paint, actually, to get some.
All right, so and that we do not choose everything.
Uh-huh.
Now, I mean, here's where, honestly, Bakyuti, this is where the Greek becomes important, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe this translation is a little misleading, but we'll
It's
go with it. I mean, Terence Irwin is a great, great scholar.
okay.
He knows what he's doing,
All right.
but the English can be a little misleading.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe another way to think about it is we do not all of our actions are because of something else.
Oh, like the
Right.
action already without the goal, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, if we're being consistent with Aristotle's distinction between action and product, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the actions is for the sake of the product.
Yes.
That's that that's sort of the story we've been getting. But you, in what you said last time, and I agree with you, is like leaving room for, yeah, but what if the painter wants to paint and it has nothing to do with the end product, right?
Yes.
That's not complicated. It's like Camilla, right? Our friend Camilla, she plays the music. Why? To
Just to
play,
play.
to
Yeah.
fucking play,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, if you really want to get a little weird and, fish in water about it, think about us having the conversation right now.
Yeah, like why do we?
Why are we doing it? Is there a product? I mean, I'm recording this thing, but see, we're playing right into Aristotle's game by recording it. There's a product, but we're not performing for the product. We're actually having a conversation to have the conversation. If we started thinking about, oh, but what would the recording sound like? That might be different, right?
Mhm.
So, like, I don't know about you, but I completely forgot that this is being recorded.
Me too, actually.
Good. That makes it better. So now look at it again, and that we do not choose everything because of something else. We do not do
Yeah.
our actions because of a product.
Oh, so he's actually saying that it also happens and it doesn't happen as well, right?
Right. Now, how does he wrap this up? What does he say? Go ahead.
Or for something else. For if we do, it will go on without limit, so that desire will prove to be empty and futile. Oh,
Oh
so
fuck.
it's
He just introduced a completely new thing right there. And it's so subtle and nobody notices it, but you got it right away. It's like, whoa, wait a second.
yeah, it's like it can go like without limits.
No, but I mean, desire.
Like, yep. The philosophy
There
itself
you
is
go.
like, yeah,
Desire would prove if for let's, let's look at it again. And if and that we do not choose everything because of something else, right? So I have an activity and I have a goal,
yeah,
but he seems to be saying, correct me if I'm wrong, he seems to be saying, but maybe not everything is always for something else. Maybe, yeah, the marker is for writing on the whiteboard, but not everything is a marker. He says, because if everything we do is for the sake of something else, are you with me?
yep,
It will go on without limit. If everything we do is for the sake of a different thing than itself, it will go on without limit.
yes,
So that the desire, whatever it is that motivates us, will
uh-huh,
prove to be empty and futile because no matter what it is that we're seeking, it's always for something else. And then look at what he does. Read the last sentence.
clearly this end will be the good, that is to say, the best good.
See, that's that Malista again.
Is the emptiness will be the good.
In other words, like whatever it is that we're desiring, it's the good.
The desire itself is a good, right? Mm,
Well,
not really.
I don't know. You have to reread the thing we just read.
Uh-huh.
And look at, I know you have to go, but you look at chapter 2, look at the way it's subtitled, the highest good.
With capital H, actually.
No, but look at the way it's highest. That's a comparative, right?
Uh-huh.
And then look at the last sentence, the best. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is very Aristotle. People don't notice it. I've pointed out in a lot of places, but people kind of ignore it. Like they don't want to deal with it. But he's always comparing. Aristotle is always on a fluctuating most to least line all the time. It's evident once you realize that he's doing that, it's evident everywhere. If you don't believe me, just keep reading.
Uh-huh. Compare. So, I like the word malista.
Yes.
I should etymology it more.
All right, so we got through section 1 of chapter 2.
It took an hour. Wow.
Hour and a half, baby.
Yeah.
It's fun, right? Doing it.
Yeah, it's
This is the right way to do it.
why don't we have classes like that in school? That's so weird.
Yeah,
Eh,
well,
eh. Yeah, that's super cool.
all right. So I'm not going to give you an assignment or anything. We had our talk, uh, and خلاص.
Yep. Thank you.
I'll see you on Saturday.
Yep. I will
Awesome.
come for sure.
Hey,
Um,
remind Camila about the t-shirts because I think like she's into it, but then she forgets or she's shy about it or something. But like, if people want the t-shirts, then get the t-shirt. I have absolutely no interest in it. Like, I'll get one, but it's her thing, not mine.
oh, okay. I'll let her know.
All right,
All right, sir. Thank you.
it's fun, right?
Yep, it is.
Just
Thank
going line by line.
Yeah, like how many? Like 5 sentences, but so much in it. Like, yeah. Can you send the recording to me so I can save it as well?
Yeah, let me see how. I don't know how. I think it'll save to my desktop, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. You should go to the like a
All
desktop
right.
with like local disk, and there will be like a
Yeah,
full.
I've never recorded a Zoom conversation before, so we'll see what happens.
All right, professor. Like I have a class now, but thank you.
All right, brother. Have a good class, and I'll see you Saturday. Yeah.
Yep. Take
All right.
care. Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye.